What's good, fam? I'm out in the middle of the Kettle Moraine Forest here in Wisconsin, and today we are starting the infamous camp trails. Let's go. So this has kind of been a project in the making for many years now. I've been wanting to do this for far too long, so I decided to kind of pull the trigger on it officially and start building with the tractor yesterday. I didn't shoot much yesterday. I got a couple phone clips. I'll kind of cue those in here and there. But basically just wanted to show you where I was at, and then we'll kind of go from there. So this is kind of going to be where you start the trail. Up top here, you're going to kind of come flying around here, drop in. Right away, kind of looking back, you can see it's not the biggest little drop in. It's not the biggest drop in. It is little, kind of comes down, but you carry speed because this is all a nice downhill slope here. It's hard to tell on camera, but this is all downhill. This guy comes in handy for packing trails, and I will talk more about that shortly. Once we get over here, this is where the trail kind of is going to split. Basically what's going to happen is that we're going to have kind of a flowy bluish green trail kind of going off to the right here, and at this point to the left it's going to start getting into some dirt jumps and some bigger jumps. So we're going to start with the flow trail here at camp. Get this rolling so the girls have something to play with, something to kind of learn and progress their riding as we go. And once we get this done, we'll start working on some of the bigger jumps. But anyways, moving forward here, you kind of go through the woods here. You kind of come up over this nice little, it's kind of like you can jump it. I'm gonna make it so you could either jump it or just roll it, but it is a nice kind of curve berm down to your right here, which will send you down into the next section. But this is that left-hand turn I was talking about, which we will save this for another video, but this is where the big booters are going to be going. So after you hit this first kind of jump berm whoop thing, you're gonna be coming around in between the trees here, ripping around. We're gonna add kind of maybe one or two whoops kind of here, some rollers. When you're coming down this way, you can kind of see it's a really hard right turn, but we're gonna add that berm to it so you'll be nice and smooth fast, keeping your speed around this corner. And then once we get those whoops in here, you'll really be able to keep your speed. Another thing we've been running into though, I built that with fresh dirt over there. We brought that dirt in. This is what's actually here, and as you can see, it's very sandy. I'm not really sure what we're gonna do about that. If you guys have any suggestions, please let me know in the comments. I'm sure there's ways of dealing with sands, different types of dusty, sandy type material at dirt jump trails like this. So if you guys have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. Would love to hear what you guys have to say. But after we get these two rollers kind of in here, then you're gonna be coming up into our first kind of jump, which is more of a tabletop. Basically what I'm going to be doing here is on the right side of every feature, there's going to be more of a steeper, more of a technical, harder, more advanced lip basically. And then on this left outside option, it's going to be very mellow, very easy for the girls to go up and down. And when they're ready, they can kind of take that right option where they can start to catch some air. And it's not, it's big. It's a big tabletop, but it's not massive. It's something they can kind of learn and progress on. But it's very rolled, it's very smooth, and you'll kind of come down flowing through here just like this. And then eventually it'll lead into some more whoops and rollers, and then it's going to kind of keep continuing on into this section over here, where eventually we'll do like a pump track and some other cool stuff over there. One other option that's going to be happening off of this is if you take this wide right line from this side and hit it all the way over, we're going to put more of a landing kind of over here in this area. So if you hit that and transfer over into this hipped area from there to here, then it's going to run all the way through here, and there'll be some more jumps and fun stuff through this way, probably more of an advanced line. We've had some crazy winds and all kinds of stuff, so we've got trees down everywhere. Just haven't gotten in here to clean it up yet. So anyways, that's kind of the gist of what's going on right now. I'm gonna hop back on the tractor. We're gonna get some of these whoops going, and then we're gonna pack some of the jumps in. Maybe talk about how I do it with my feet, the shovel, and the one wheel. Maybe do some riding. I don't know. We'll see where we get. But next thing, tractor. Let's do it. So now what I do at this point, once it's all packed in, I'm gonna grab the one wheel that's right over there. I'm gonna pack this whole thing in with the one wheel. You can see I kind of did it already. But yeah, we're gonna pack this in and get it all smooth and ready to go. Make sure to water the jumps, helps pack them in. I'm gonna do this probably a few times before we actually give it a good riding here. We'll test the one wheel on it a few times. Make sure it's nice and packed in. But so far, this is looking great, you guys. This is looking so good. I am stoking hard right now. Yes! Luckily, I've got a nice water source right up the hill here, so we shouldn't have any issues with water all summer long. Man, this is looking so good. Let this dry a little bit, pack it in one more time, and then we will hit it with the one wheel, pack it in one last time, and then we're probably gonna call it for today. Maybe we'll grab the bike, we'll see. It's looking so good. I know it's really hard to see it on camera, but this is looking great. I haven't actually built trails, you know, by myself or really any major trails in a long time. This used to be all I did every summer, all summer, for years and years and years, was making trails in Arizona. So it brings me back. All right, so you can kind of see the trails a little bit better from this angle. One of the main reasons I actually picked this spot and the way that the trails run through here was because how the sun sets behind the trails. So every sunset there's going to be an epic photo session going on here, so super stoked about that. But you can definitely see the trails a little bit better from this side. Basically this is going to be that big long tabletop that's going to be here. This should be a real fun one. Going to be real mellow for the girls on the right side, and kind of a steep kicker, not steep but steep enough to get some hang time on this guy, so eventually they can work up to that one. But here's the rollers. They are looking so good. Leona came down and was super pumped about it. And then you can see in the background that little hip tabletop berm combo action that's going on there. So this is gonna be so fun. The girls are already excited, I'm excited. Jamie came down and actually said she might want to try it out on a bike herself, so doing something right. Let's go. All right, quick run through on the one wheel. Let's do the whole thing. Ready? Boom, up to the table. Short, sweet, fun, excited, ready to keep this build going. Everything is looking so good so far. So stoked, 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 stoked. Next is that monstrosity right there. So the main reason I love using the one wheel to pack in these jumps is because it's got this nice wide tire. You know, mountain bike tires are very thin. They kind of put a lot of pressure on one specific point, where the one wheel tire is nice and flat. It covers a lot of distance. I mean, it's so packed in, it's so smooth. It looks absolutely beautiful. You know, I know there's a lot of people out there, especially in the mountain bike world, you know, in the trail systems and stuff, that just absolutely despise the one wheels. But I mean, come on, look at this trail. I just did all of this with the one wheel in probably half an hour, and it was insanely fun while I was doing it. So something to consider. All right, I'm calling it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to smash that subscribe button. I'm going to be coming out with a bunch of videos on this trail system. Gonna need help coming up with features to build next, all that fun stuff. So make sure you're following along. Otherwise, if you got questions, hit me in the comments below, smash that like button, and we will see you on the next one. Much love, fam.